Okay, this is an update video. After the last one regarding the Makuta 9, I did a bit more work on this scooter, in particular removing the old controller, this is the new one, and feeding the cable and the connector through this hole, and then pulling it through, and then putting the new one in, and then feeding it up through that hole, and then connecting up. Now, a couple of things here. What I found is that it's a bit of a job to get this connector from the controller in and out of there. Now, one of the things you've got to do to make it easier for you is two things you've got to do. And that is, what I did was I removed the spy wrap on the 4 wires that go to the front wheel. Now, be aware on the Makuta 9, that front wheel is not a motor. It looks like it looks identical to the rear, but there is no motor inside. There's no magnets, no coils. All right, so it's aesthetic. It's put there for aesthetic reasons only, because otherwise it'd be spokes or something like that. Now, I'll get back to about the rotor, but on the back. And what you need to do to drop out the old one and feed it out of there, you've got to remove the spy wrap, then just splay out there's 6 cables all up, just to get it a little bit out of the way and get a bit more room there. But you also got to rotate the steering to that position. The reason being, I don't know if you can see it, but if you rotate it, see, it seems to be closing off inside down the bottom there, which it does. It doesn't allow you to pull out this connector. So you've got to rotate that stem fully locked to the right before you can feed in and feed out that connector. All right. I've had to pull it apart again because it was connected to it, because I didn't feed the cable through the grommet underside. Now, what I also found with the grommet, get my little torch, okay, it was fairly easy to, I'll just try and place the torch in a position where it sits. I was able to easily remove the grommet from the hole, and what I did was I stretched the grommet to then release the silicone, and then I was able to pull in and pull out this cable here. So it was quite easy to do that. So it wasn't as difficult as I thought it expected it to be, because I was expecting that hole there, or this grommet here, to be really difficult to be harder rubber to pull open to extract this cable. But it was easy enough done. So as you can see here, the top one with the Phillips screw I've got still here, same as the other ones. I've just let them flop. I had to undo the other ones a little bit more than I expected to make them be able to swing out of the way. So as I said, when you go to pull out the old one put in the new controller, then the black one, okay, is the controller for the rear motor, because there's no front motor. This is not a controller. This would be a I've forgotten the name of it now. This is my 3rd attempt at this video, but it'll have a bolt to lock and release the battery. So on your display, you go to P1, which is programmable settings, P1 settings, and to change it so that this actuator, oh, it's a nice word, this actuator will, the bolt will come in to allow you to release the battery if you wanted to. But anyway, back to this controller. So the controller here is for the back motor. So I'm now going to I need to go on charge, but anyway, I'm able to now finish off this scooter with the new controller, feed it through. So that'll take me about 15-20 minutes, or knowing me, probably half an hour if I get interrupted. And also, what I do like about this scooter, I did say it's a so-so scooter, but it's actually a bit better than I originally reviewed, as it were, is that the 3-phase cable that comes down goes on the inside of the fork here, okay, right there, which is a positive, because and on the opposite side to the brake rotor, which is great. because then if you want to replace that, you don't have to pull that cable through to then release the rotor. And also there are some screws that there has the three-phase cable coming on the outside and through the axle, which would have a hole like it does here, but through the axle. So the cable's hanging out here, which is an absolute stupid design, because I get so many scooters in with that cable set up where the scooter's fallen over, hits the bitumen, and it damages the cable to the point sometimes the cables are totally cleaned off, right? So it would mean that either if you take it to someone like Scooter Hut, they will just turn around and say, no, you need a new motor, and they'll charge you a lot of money in labour to install and the cost of these motor. Generally speaking, I have repaired or replaced the cable, all right, on numerous scooters. It's a new type of scooter, a scooter. Anyway, so what I've done is on some of them that have the cable coming out, I actually have a cable coming out and then a connector, like on the on some of the scooters that are out there. I think it's a VSET 8, I think it is. It's got the 9-pin connector here, and then I can easily disconnect it and drop the motor if I need to. This is also, and when it comes to maintenance, you get that sound because of a rubbing of the brake rotor on the pads because it's bent. You can straighten them out, but if there's more than one bend on them, as soon as you try and straighten one up, it affects the other, and you're just going around in circles. For about $15, you're better off just getting a new one, slap it on, and then Bob's your uncle, you're done. Although you probably need to just do the 2 adjustments here. Okay, in this case being hydraulic, what you do is you press the brake lever on your handlebar, and that with these loose, that one there loose and that one loose, not totally loose, not out, but just enough for this to move, all right, the caliper to move, and then when you squeeze the lever, it will center your caliper pads to the brake rotor, and then you tighten up that one, and then you release the brake lever. Okay, now if you've got the mechanical style, it's a little bit different. I'm not going to talk about that here. So yeah, this is something that I'm pleased to see on this Makuta 9, is that they've got the cable run on the inside, as you can see here, and you've got the 2 washers on this side, and then on this side you've got your brake rotor. Okay, so that's about all I can tell you, or any updates. I am about to refeed that back through the grommet, and push grommet in and blah blah blah, and then close this up and should be ready to go tomorrow. If there's any questions, don't hesitate to ask, and look forward to hearing from you.